What up, my Muppets? Welcome to my channel Stars, where we go through hypothetical and practical scenarios. This is a part 2 to my ISG and Stalwart combo, just to clarify a few things that they do, and just to wrap up little loose ends that I didn't explain in my first video. And also going to be showing you their durability, their strengths, and their weaknesses, and also show you that they still do well in the golden age. It's even past the heroic stage. They're still really strong unit composition just to put together, considering it's a frontline assaulter. But I'll also be showing you little gunhouse strategies and also the trench style formation. But first are the doctrines. As usual, get the strongest block and an immunity doctrine on the stalwarts. One of the most important things to do. Secondly, we already know what tree you go for. It's always going to be that top tree, just like this. Got the immunity, heals, and just to show you a bit of their damage. And that's pretty much about it for them. And now for the Imperial Spearmen, same thing. Give them a lot stronger of a block. In my opinion, that's probably the only thing they're good at. Don't even bother like upping their attacks. I mean, yeah, I have that one doctrine there, but it's because I had nothing else. Bottom tree as usual, because it is one of their strongest trees. Aside from the top, same thing, except we don't really need tower shield immunity, and we're going to abuse that immunity at the top of their thing using their lock shields. And just to show you, their attack stats are never going to be impressive, just a pure tanking unit. Don't try and be aggressive with them. So I'm going to show you what the T position is once more. This is the spot you can expect to get killed, as usual. When you head into the middle of the T, see that? Right now we're at the bottom of the T, the stalwarts are in the middle, and now they push to the left and we're getting attacked to the right of the T. We're going to go right up to the stalwarts and crunch them out. Just eviscerate them. But see, that's the problem with entering the T, is that you hit a classical situation, even in real life, where you can't be encircled. Getting encircled is horrible, and it's not the type of engagement that we want, but sometimes it'll work here and there, but don't expect it to work out in your favor and like you surviving like such a big chunk. Because look at this massive piece getting struck in by like 2 different units. And yeah, and that's the problem with the T position, is that when you're in the middle of the position, you're usually going to get hammered in really bad. As you can see, we can still hold it off and we still cause a bit of a disruption, which is a good thing, but still though, that big onslaught just comes right in. So gonna show you it again. Gonna go ahead and just smash on a position once again. I think we're doing a bit of a roamer thing right now, considering that since the front line just got smashed a bit, we know they're on the inside. So we're just planning on taking a longer route, probably through the left, and trying to avoid the Treb area as much as possible. Because I know, like, as soon as we get through there, yep, see, and a Treb came out immediately. That's why we're swooping left. And as you can see, palace guards are just trying to find their way around. And guys, please watch the flanks. This is one of the most common thing in casual games where since we all want the MVP score, we don't bother looking in the back. When most of the time that's where a lot of the engagements are lost, is because of flanking armies. Now I'm going to show you another little thing here about how to smash a unit. Use the ISGs to crowd your enemies. One of the strongest abilities they can do is just crowding people, absorbing all of their hits and just causing such big problems. And you see that even with the Marillion, I think with the new Marillion charge, it still runs up into problems, but with the new Marillion update, yeah, they definitely cause a bit of a problem to this style, especially if I had assumed that they have multiples. If they have multiples, I'm actually not sure what would happen there, but I've had about like maybe like 1, 2, maybe 3, but I've noticed it gets worse each time they do their crashes. So it does come with a limitation. Be aware and always updated with your current units. Now, that's the really tough part about this, is that, yeah, the Marillion's new charge is a bit of a problem. Now, I'm going to show you the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and just set up. Well, actually, not the same thing. Sorry about that. Just caught on the same words. All right. So this is a little bit of a gunhouse strategy here. I definitely would not really recommend this to you, but I just thought it'd be funny and also like an interesting thing because I feel like a lot of us see physical barriers in this game but don't really abuse it as much. And if you're able to find something better, yeah, that would be much better. But this is just for fun, and I just thought it'd be funny to at least to show you like what certain strategies is capable of doing, even though the house isn't really the greatest. I thought it'd just be funny to show you, just to think about certain environments and stuff like that, considering because nobody ever shoots from the top of here, and you could probably try a few more units. I don't think it'd be that much more effective, but I thought it'd be fun to show you, at least show you what it's like to abuse the environment, aside from what the downstairs looks like. But if you go from here, where you see on the right and left, you could actually shoot all the way to the supply point, or yeah, to the supply point right there. I think Zycleans can do it as long as you have the range up. Gunners can definitely shoot over there, but it's definitely trebleable. Both sides are actually really trebleable, but we decided to more or less just camp it up here because we know all rangers in the back like to just shoot at the midpoint, so we're just going to give them something useless to shoot at, which is going to be up here, and we're also going to be shooting back a little bit as well. And yeah, as you can tell, I think even in the distance, I think I could see like a few of them actually just dropping or either dead. But yeah, that was the point of this one. It kind of allows us to see what's ahead of the point and also what's on the right side of the point, which is right here. Basically, we're going to stay like, weird thing to say, but it's kind of like on top of the T. But I just thought this was a weird place to hold it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to die here in a minute. Yep, new hero class. Let's see, a bunch of stalwarts. Oof. Yeah, I assume they realized the gunfire wasn't as strong as they had seemed, so they decided to push in and boom, down by the Marillions. But yeah, other than that, this is just a gunhouse strategy. If you can find little physical limitate or physical like things in the any map really, try to use it with your team as much as possible and just not the normal stuff. Like usually like everybody knows how to hit down stuff, but a lot of the people don't know how to hit this kind of stuff, which is why their army's retreating in such a weird way cuz I feel they could just push through but they can't just stop getting shot and that's just scaring them. Now, I'm going to show you how to get up these ladders with extreme force. Same ISG and Stalwart combo. We're just looking to oust them immediately. Just take the fight to them. Just stop sticking around and waiting for other teammates to basically stack up. To basically waiting for your team to stack up, waiting for you to go in so that they could just swoop all the kills. And in this way, you could at least just engage them anyways and do what you got to and let the MVP clouders pretend that they're doing extremely well. So yeah, same thing. ISGs create that position, and I'm gonna abuse that space within. I think if you actually see in here, you could see how my stalwarts legitimately cannot get past them, which is why I need the ISGs to infiltrate them as much as possible. And once you clamp down, yeah, you can expect massive kills like this. Taking out the hero, all he's got is ISGs left. And this is the other thing. The other guy, the red ISGs there, should have always been in cover commander. Always have your ISGs in cover commander. That's your main formation. You never, ever want to just leave them in a formation. They're just so vulnerable. So always do cover commander. And this is a bit of a pet peeve. There's nothing more weirder than people just shiltrining on points. Stop doing that. It doesn't do anything. It makes you more vulnerable. Now I'm gonna show you this part. This is an I or this is a sorry. This is a Stalwart Marillion combo. Just for the future video I'm gonna do, considering their new update. And look at that. Just stop the berserkers and just smash them to bits. I don't know if the berserker got weaker in the updates or anything, but it kind of seems like it. I haven't checked recently, so they probably did get weaker because I remember them just shredding everything. I think a few patches ago, maybe. Now we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna go ahead and just slow march in. Make sure we take the fight to them, and then bam, let off the Marillion charge, and go ahead, decimate them. Make sure the stalwarts are all braced. Make sure you're splitting the line. See how we just intersected them right in the middle? It's because Yeah, we did a it's a special order they did back in the day. It's called a concentrated center. It's usually when you go heavy. Well, you basically set up a line with your bread and butter unit, but you also have a center of mass charge where it's basically a high quality unit, good for smashing and good for targeting in an area. But we will get surrounded here as first of all the palace guards flanked us, and just to show you how long we're gonna hold it out. Yeah, this is about the limit that they come to with a big army like this. But yeah, that's the Marillion and Stalwart combo. You clamp down. You basically you brace with the Stalwarts. Then after the Stalwarts are clashed within that mid part of the engagement, where basically they're just touching tips. That's basically when you send the Marillions in for the charge. Now that you have clash, and that's what I call clashing. It's when you finally engage the enemy at that contested point and you wait for the clash to go in for the smash. And yeah, now I'm going to show you in this part of the video a trench style formation once more and why it's so effective. There's just too many players that don't seem to do this in the game. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of it is it's a lot of it's MVP hugging. Like, you guys need to let that go. You need to let the MVP status go. It's not going to help you win any more battles. Yeah, you can get a lot of kills, but what does it matter when your tactics aren't up to par? And that, yeah, with my buddy, it's really indifferent on it. Whoever gets it gets it. It does not matter. Now, just to show you why it's so effective and why you can't have that kind of clout is because things like this. Most people are going to be stuck within this position, and usually it's always going to be bad when you don't split off armies. And this is the trench style formation once more. Guard both ends. Just keep a trench in the middle. Keep that little open space and back to back guard. If you don't do this, you will be flanked a lot. And that's not what we want, because I know most of the time when we get flanked in this game, it's going to cause like a quite bit of rage, considering nobody had watched the other side. But that's the trench style formation. Keep that little space between you. Let the army in the middle operate in between your trench. And boom, you can have a much better time and everything will be going smooth. So, in conclusion, use the ISGs to gain position by using their cover commander. Then you follow up within their circle with Stalwarts and brace on the inside and keep advancing one at a time. ISGs first, then Stalwarts. Also, the gun house, the T position, and the trench style formation. And that is it for my combo. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I will come back with more. And also, if you have a combo, leave it in the comment section, and I will try it out for the next video. Have a nice day, and I'll see you on the battlefield.